What is up, guys? It's Conley Cosplay here to talk to you about some spooky stories that have happened to us. Personal spooky stories.
Exactly. This is stuff that happened to us. It happened to me very recently. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Like, a couple weeks ago, I think I visited my friend on the 5th of October of this year, so that's very recent. But this happened to Liana.
I think it was about 5 years ago. Details may be a little fuzzy, but this is a true story. And, well, you want to tell yours first? Or?
Yeah, hold on. Okay. My story. So, this happened when I visited my best friend Madison. And I left pretty late. It was like 3 in the morning when I left her house. And she only lives about like 10 minutes away. Down a dirt road here in Michigan. And so I got in my car. And first of all, as soon as I stepped out of her house, I noticed that it was silent. You couldn't hear the trees moving. You couldn't hear bats or birds or anything. And I know that this was like really late, but you know, she lives in the woods, so I should have been able to hear some animal noises. And it was pitch black. There was no stars, no moon, nothing. The only light was coming from my flashlight on my phone and her house. So I hurry up and I get in my car because she lives inside of a bowl and I have to park at the top of the bowl, which is like really far away from her house. And I hurry up, I start my car, I turn on the lights, and I pull out and I drive slow. Super slow because bow hunting season just started, and I know that some people are like weird and do hunt at night. So I don't want to run into any deer or any other small animals. And I'm driving slow down the road when I see the sign telling me that I can go either left or right, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm close to the main road. And then I see a deer standing in the middle of the road, staring at me. So I slow down, and I don't want to beat my horn like I usually do to get them out of the road because there's a house right next to me. So it's like, okay, I don't want to wake up these people. So I'm stuck waiting for the deer to move. And after staring at me for like 2 minutes, it moves. And then it doesn't, it slowly walks into the yard of the house next to me, just past the ditch, and continues to stare at my car. Like, it's staring through the car at me. And I admit, this could just be me, like, being scared, but what the hell. So I drive slowly past it, like, literally 5 miles, which is so slow when you're driving a car. And the whole time, the deer is, like, following my move. And when I get past the deer, I put on my brakes, just to see, like, if the deer went back into the road, and it is. And it's staring at me. I noped the fuck out of there. Because that's fucking weird. What the hell? I quickly took off and started my drive back home, and the whole time I'm like, what the fuck just happened? My heart's beating. And I get home with no other implications, no other issues, but I noticed when I get out of my car, it's still dead silent. And we have houses in our neighborhood, because we live in a neighborhood, that have outdoor lights on all the time, like porch lights and stuff. They weren't on today. I mean, that day. They weren't on. So it was pitch black. And there's still no noise. So I hurried the fuck up and got in my house. And thinking about that night, still, like, I don't know if it was a sign or what the hell it was. Liana did some research on what it could have been, but
I have no idea. There's nothing in our area in Michigan like, the only legends that make any sense are from, like, different parts of America. Nowhere near Michigan, so... No idea.
This could just be, like, circumstance, happenstance, whatever.
It's scary to think of any animal acting so calm, any wild animal acting so calm around people or cars, especially when you know about stuff like rabies and...
Rabies in itself is a scary topic.
But yeah. So, there's no, like... And I really into studying cryptoids and stuff, so, like, I immediately, like, looked up a deer acting like that is not normal, okay? Deers are scared.
Yeah.
They run as soon as a car's there, you know? It's not normal.
That was fucking weird. But I didn't die, so...
Yeah.
And I drive at night a lot, and I haven't, like, experienced anything similar to that again, which is another reason why it still freaks me out. So, because I feel like if it's a one-time thing, it's a little bit spookier than if it happens to you every night.
Is it, like, an omen, or...
Yeah, is it an omen? I don't know. Anyways.
Alright, well... My story happened, like I said, like 5 years ago, so some of the details might be a little fuzzy, but it was me and our older sister, Kaylee, driving home from Lapeer, the city near us. It's not much of a city, but that's basically where our Walmart is.
Yeah.
And it's about 30 minutes away, depending on traffic. And so we're close to home, and I see one of those, and I'm gonna sound like a crazy alien believer. I see one of those triangles in the sky, you know, with the 3 lights in the triangle shape, and one in the middle. And we see it, and I'm like, you see that, Kaylee? You see that? And she's like, yeah, I see it. And it's, like, going along the road, and then we notice at one point it's, like, off to the side, and it seems to be hovering there. And then seeing the unidentified flying object is not even the scary part of the story, because what happened next was we slowed down and went to pull over to see what it was. But there was this, like, really fancy looking black car that suddenly, like, came out of nowhere as we were slowing down. It, like, pulled out of this drive that we didn't even see and started, like, following us. So we, like, decided to not slow down and stop, because at that point the triangle had, like, disappeared. And we tear out of there. And mind you, this drive wasn't, like, to a business or anything. It was just, like an off-side drive that you could pull off to the side of the road if you had, like, a problem or something. And so we get out of there, we go back to driving home, but this black car is, like, following us. Mind you, this is at night, so we can't see anything in the car at all.
It was pretty late, too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, like, after 10 p.m. at least. Might have even been, like, later than that.
We're old. That's late for us.
Well, it was dark out. That's the point. Like, so I couldn't see in the car at all. And this car's, like, riding on our tail all the way till we get to the drive to our neighborhood. And we turn in there, and it's not following us anymore. But it, like, followed us closely.
You couldn't see the headlights at one point, right?
Yeah, it was pretty close to us. It was... And it wasn't, like, a paranoia thing, oh, they're following us, blah, 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 because it was, like, they were literally just, like, we were checking out this flying object, and then they pull out of this drive, we didn't see them before, and they follow us? Like, I don't know. Sounds like a government thing to me.
Look up The Men in Black. Not the movie. The myth.
I don't know. It sounds like a government thing to me. Because, like, the fact that the triangle disappeared right over in that area where the car appeared from
Yeah.
is like,
And then it followed you. Like,
And-
that's doubly suspicious.
yeah. And it wasn't like it pulled out of a store parking lot or the gas station or anything like that.
You guys were only near houses, right? When it happened?
No, not even near a house. We
Oh.
were close to the recycling plant.
Oh, so you guys were in Deerfield already.
Yeah, we were in Deerfield already.
See, that's spookier because Deerfield is pretty much only has a township hall,
And a gas station.
a gas station, and one grocery store. And the recycling center. And there's, like, no residential areas in that area.
There's some, but it's all like small little like clusters of homes.
Yeah. Like, there's not, like... I mean, there's a trailer park, but there's not, like, a neighborhood, for lack of a better term.
But it was weird. Freaky. I don't know, it creeped me out.
Well, yeah, anybody following you would creep you out.
Yeah.
Especially that close. Like, for those of you who drive, like, you know, if you can't see the headlights, that's ridiculous. Especially at night.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible that they were just, like, trying to freak you out, but why would they be doing that?
It was also like, we live in a very rural, small town. People don't have like super nice cars. And it was like, at the time, it was like brand new, black, really official looking car. You know, it wasn't like
Yeah.
an old Buick or an old pick-em-up truck or anything
Yeah.
like that. It was like this fancy car.
Which, at night, that's pretty much all you see is, like, teenagers driving around in their old pick-em-ups and stuff.
So,
That's...
just, even if it wasn't like anything like aliens or government conspiracy cover-up thing, it's still weird to me, something like that driving around our small town, especially following me and my sister, because, like, that's not normal.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable. I don't like that. Mm-mm.
Well, that was 2 of our spooky stories. If you guys have any spooky stories to share, let us know in comments.
That would be rad. I don't really have much else to say except for the fact that where we live is a creepy little town.
There's a lot of spooky shit that's happened, and yeah.
Mostly at night. So, alright.
I'm sure we'll have more stories for you guys eventually. See you later.
Bye.